The Anchorite's March. There is power in death. It can cripple a man, drive his mind from his body and leave him an empty shell. Others it can lend a steel they lacked, hone their anger to a fine killing edge. Yet others it can clad in an impenetrable armour through which no pain nor fear will reach them for the remainder of their days. As I trod the battlefield in that cold, lifeless dawn, while the wailing of widows and the stark glee of carrion crows mingled to create a mockery of the din of war, I sought a different kind of power. Those with wit enough to notice my passing did so without comment or challenge. Most would not know my purpose there, and those few I saw who did note the trappings of my vocation were wise enough to keep their distance. The Tuonian Anchorites have a dark reputation, and though it is largely unearned, it is one that proves of utility to us more often than hindrance. I felt the raw power of the place as I strode the charnel alleys between the lines of assault, sensed the rage, the agony, the terror that yet lingered there. I let it wash over me in waves, tasting the Stygian heat of it as it soaked into me. There are those who believe the Tuonian Anchorites steal souls. This is a peasant's folly. One cannot steal what does not exist. The sky priests may teach that the soul is one's vital and immortal essence, and passes into the vault of the heavens upon the demise of the flesh. But in all my years of being surrounded by mortality in its infinite guises, I have seen no evidence of such an entity. We Anchorites deal only with that which is undeniable, the vigour, the potency of emotion produced by a human life. When one is filled so with rage, or with love, or fear, or joy, can one not feel it pouring from their being, radiating forth from their restrictive flesh? That is no illusion of the brain, but an energy that can be detected, even harnessed, by those attuned to its flow. Tales are told of the Tuonian monks of old, who would not scour the cold battlefield as we Anchorites do, but ride the wave of battle, where the power was at its most pure and intense, and by doing so were able to wield overwhelming force against their foes. These tales are almost as numerous and sensational as those concerning what became of these monks, and why their practices fell into disuse. I myself can offer no grand elucidations on this matter. If any record exists of those times, it is neither shared nor spoken of by the Tuonian scholars. My staff, its polished black surface glistening its serpentine sheen, was beginning to shiver as if it felt the bite of morning's chill. At its heart, the crystalline core was filling with energy as the residual forces of the place were distilled into its structure. Any who dared to watch me as I performed my craft would likely have been nonplussed at the sight. The wisdom of the tavern tongues had Anchorite rituals writ large as elaborate affairs, all black candles, sonorous chanting and gesticulation. The reality was closer to a fisherman casting his net, or a farmer reaping his fields, and to all outward appearances it was little more than a black-robed man taking a slow, measured walk through the killing grounds. We are occasionally mistaken for looters, so nondescript we appear. Nonetheless, the power that I harnessed there will be used in ways that would seem unfathomable to the fisherman and the farmer, that would put silence to the tavern tongues as their minds quailed before the very thought of what the Anchorites could achieve. We may not ride the crest of the wave into battle as the monks of old, but it is the very tides of civilization that are shaped by our craft.